is just slaughter the farmers all the time.
Why are you? Right. Why are you playing the victim? Have you heard about this before, miss?
Well, as I'm farming, I've never heard of it. No. They don't go in gas chambers.
Of course I do.
When?
When? When they go to the slaughterhouse? Did you say you're involved in farming?
Oh, mate.
Why don't you look it up? I've put the source there. You've got a phone on you, haven't you? Look it up right now if you want. I can show you the footage if you want as well. The activists have
Well, they don't all.
the activists.
Do that.
No, I never said all. I said 90%. What are you?
People need to get out to farms and see what's really.
I grew up
going
next
on.
to a dairy farm. Instead of
Do you know what? Those people just look after those animals. They care for them. All people do is just slaughter the farmers all the time.
Why are you? Right. Why are you playing the victim? Sorry, who's the victim in all this? The farmers or the animals getting sent to slaughterhouses and pigs getting forced into gas chambers?
Look, most of the animals in this country, I can't speak for them all, are looked after to the highest welfare standards you can ever imagine.
Most animals are in factory farms. Statistically.
Yeah, people don't want to pay for the amount of the food, the cost of the food that it really costs to produce kindly. That's what's going on.
You can't kindly take. How do you kindly
here,
take someone's life?
And yet, if you don't do that here, even abroad, you just import it from abroad.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that either. But
where does it stop and start? I don't know.
just stop exploiting animals. Stop sending animals to
I
slaughterhouses.
love animals, and believe you me, we treated our animals on our farm with absolute
Yeah, but until
kindness. Yeah, okay, they eventually go to
that's
slaughter,
this is my point,
but
right?
not in a gas chamber, in the kindest possible way.
What's a kind way to take someone's life?
Well, people are murdered,
explain it to me.
animals are treated badly, humans are treated badly.
Yeah, and we
all over the
don't
place.
agree with that, do we?
But we looked after
I'm
them.
not having a
in
go
our
at you. I just
care.
want to have a conversation.
But anyway.
I'm trying to educate people as well, you know. Because you come up to me and said this isn't true, and that bugs me
Well,
because
I've
I've looked
never
this up.
heard of that.
I know, because they don't want you to know. They don't want people to know this.
They don't go in gas
They
chambers.
do, I promise you. You can look it up on your phone right now. I'll stand here while you do it.
News.
What do you mean false news? You could look it up on DEFRA. The people that say they're...
Well, I'll make
right, let me
inquiries
explain
and
this
I'll
to you.
find
Please do.
out.
People, explain to this. The people that are sanctioning this say they're doing it. Okay? It's not me saying they're doing it. The people that are doing it are saying they're doing it.
I don't
But you have to
really-
go digging for the information because they don't really want people to know.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, well, now you know. And please look it up.
I will.
Please look it up. Thank you.
That's unique.
You're all right.
You're right in what you're doing to protect animals, but every day you see all these horrific things about people with pets, horses and stuff as well. And there's just some people look after their animals, some don't. It's like builders and others.
Yeah.
But I don't think...
Let me just explain it to you like this, right? Even if I had one pig at home, right? I gave him belly rubs every day, brilliant, right? And then I sent, one day I shoot him in the head, or I electrocute him, or I put him in a gas chamber.
I know it seems
you
like
know?
that. It is, but it's how it's been for years, isn't it?
I know, but that's...
Do you not eat any meat or
Of course not,
eggs
no.
or milk
I
or
completely
anything?
reject the idea.
Fish. I always laugh at some of you people eat fish and I think, oh my god, I've watched fishing programmes.
Absolutely
and I
not.
think that's horrific.
No,
So you put all the things in there,
look, no vegan will ever eat fish. Veganism is rejecting the idea that it's not a diet, right? That's the first thing. It's not a diet, because people just think it's a fad diet, okay? It's about rejecting the idea that animals are here for us to use as products and resources. Full stop. I won't go to a zoo. I won't go to SeaWorld.
Agreed.
Aquarium.
No,
so it's good. See, some things we have a lot in common, right?
Yeah, and we
It's just certain animals we don't have things in common because of the way you're brought up.
Yeah,
And
I will
remember,
say,
I've only been
I
vegan
will
3
say-
years,
yeah,
so I was funding this for a lot of my life.
Yeah, I will say though, that, if you at least buy sort of local meat and that,
Mm-hmm.
in this country, at least it's most of the time, you can't talk for everyone, like there's always cowboy dentist builders and everything. The animals are at least looked after.
But it doesn't matter
really
because,
well.
like I said to you already,
But they all come to their
all go
fate,
to a
right.
slaughterhouse.
Okay,
A fraction of their lifespan. Fraction of their lifespan. I mean, how old are, how old are dairy cows when they're sent to a slaughterhouse? I mean, it varies, but roughly.
Well, we didn't used to make a lot of money, so ours used to stay on there as long as possible. We had some cows 14, 15 years old. But unfortunately, but that's
Their body
because,
gives up, doesn't it?
Yeah, but that's because it has, unfortunately, the way farming works, it's like the customer wants cheap food or the government wants cheap food, and that is what's pushed all this horrible farming. I admit...
But the dairy industry doesn't make much money, right?
No, it doesn't.
No.
And I admit, I went to an intensive dairy and I thought, Christ, this isn't how we did it at home, and it made me feel sick. I didn't like it. But a lot of them are driven that way because of money.
Yeah. And people think we need to drink milk from a cow, which in itself is a completely separate thing.
Yeah.
Why would we need milk as adults from another species? We don't. Right?
The trouble is we've
Simple
done
as
that for thousands of years.
Yeah, we have.
But
Yeah,
the
but
thing
that
is,
just
if-
the amount of
thing is,
time
though,
we've done something,
but
right?
then
That's
you'd
called
end
an
up-
appeal to
yeah,
tradition
but
fallacy.
You'd end up with no animals because
Yeah, we just wouldn't. Well, how do these animals come into existence in the first place, right?
that they kind of hung on to us
because
we fed them and looked after them.
The
It
dairy,
goes in
the
a
dairy
circle.
farm that my dad lives near, that I lived next to for 20 years, right? They
Yeah.
have something called an AI man. You probably know about that, right?
Yeah, because
So that's how they're getting pregnant, right? It's not cows mating. It's
well,
not
so
pigs
it,
mating.
It depends. Isn't it?
I saw footage. There's brand new footage come out from a group called Animal Justice Project.
Yeah, but they do
from
that
a boar
because-
farm. A boar farm, right?
Yeah.
Disgusting treatment of the animals, dosing them with drugs to make them, I don't know what, docile or something, and doing the most horrific things to them, which I won't even describe, you can imagine, to get the semen out of them, to send to farms so they can
Yeah, but you know
re-impregnate
why
the
that's
sows
why?
and keep...
So that you guys don't complain that they're killing off young calves and sending off calves for veal.
It's nothing to do with
Because
me complaining, I just
can't-
don't want
you
people to
can't-
exploit animals.
With AI, you can decide whether it's going to be a female or a male. So at least if it's a
Yeah,
female,
you can
it
get
goes into the
sex
milking herd.
semen, right? Yeah, the
Yeah.
dairy farm near me
Yeah,
uses
we're
that now,
ahead
yeah.
of Britain.
Yeah.
But actually,
But it doesn't
we'd
really
rather
matter
have
to me, yeah.
We'd really rather have an old bull out in the field, you know, doing all that. But then it's all in a bit of a mess.
But we
that's
just
why it
we just
happens.
don't need to be doing any of this, you know. We're talking about sort of like how things can be done and, you know, welfareism, but we don't need to do any of this. I much prefer my taxes help farmers transition to just arable and whatever else, rather than my taxes at the moment going to dairy, which is only afloat because of our taxes, right?
Probably. But then they have to do that because you have to be self-sufficient for food in a country, don't you? So that's why that's like that. But anyway, they're going to tax the arable farmers to death now anyway, so
Are they?
I wouldn't worry about that. You have to find something else to eat.
Yeah, well, that's all we can eat, isn't it? I mean, to me, that's food. Plant food is food. Animals are not food. You're not food to me. You're not here for me to exploit in any way. You know, that's the way I just view. I mean, we're animals, right? We're all animals. We're just, you know,
Yeah.
slightly more
I
intelligent
suppose
and
it's
got
weird.
opposable
It's like,
thumbs.
our thing is we care for our animals and we look after them, but yes, they do.
Yeah,
go
see,
to
that's
that
the end
place.
part, right? So
Yeah,
even
they
if you
do.
you
Yeah.
do look after them,
Yeah.
but they're branded, right? They still brand cows and do other horrible things to them. So you can say like, you know, they're treated well. Dairy farm near me, I think they either freeze brand them or hot brand them.
No, they don't. They have labels in their
Yeah.
ears.
They're tagged as well,
Yeah,
yeah.
tagged.
They're branded as well.
But
the
then we
ones
have to
near
do
me.
that because they've got to have a passport for the government.
Yeah, there are a
they have
number.
to do that.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
they have to do that.
that's the thing though. But the sanctuaries that I follow and donate money to that keep cows that are ex-dairy and stuff, they've got names, you know, which is what they should have. They should have names
We
and
did
not
have
numbers.
We did have names for ours. We had a suckler herd because they stay on the farm a long time. A suckler herd, you know, 'cause
Right.
it's all done more naturally.
Right, that's
But if
interesting.
you have your beef and you work to eat beef, you'd be better eating a suckler cow beef.
So you named some of the cows, did you?
The mums.
The mums.
Because
You
they
named
were
the
with us
mums.
for years. You know, they
Were you sad when you sent them away to slaughter?
They didn't go to slaughter. They'd die of something of old age, or they'd be ill and have to actually put to sleep.
How did they put them down on the farm?
Yeah. So that's different.
How did they put them down? Was it injection or was it more horrific?
I think they were just shot.
They shot them?
alive,
Yeah, actually, I've seen footage recently
Yeah.
of.
I mean, that is instant. That is good.
Yeah, I know,
But
but
you can't have animals suffering.
no,
if
yeah,
they've
of course,
hurt
yeah. I mean,
themselves
that's
or
different,
stuff,
right? I'm not
that's
talking about
different,
relieving suffering, but we're taking
know.
lives of young animals, you
Yeah.
know.
But anyway, so if you were to eat beef, or if any of your friends eat beef, tell them to have suckler reared beef, because then
I'm
it's
not
done
going to like
naturally.
advise.
Because that is.
I've still
no.
got friends and family that eat.
Yeah, well,
Animals.
That beef then is the mum stays on the farm for years until she's like.
Right, that's
whatever.
interesting, but no, I'm
And
not
then
going
she
to
brings
ever.
up her calf herself, and the
Right.
calf has her milk till probably about 9,
Yeah.
10 months old, and then she's in calf again to bring up her next one.
How old do they kill beef cows when they're killed? Because I don't know an awful lot
Well,
about the
they
beef
used to
industry.
be quite old, not old, but older. But then, of course, they had all that BSC stuff, so they started killing them younger. But
Right.
it's usually between 24 and 36 months.
See, cows can live till they're 25.
Well, we didn't have any cows that old, but I mean, we had
Well,
one
no,
to
I
our
mean, why?
cows
Yeah,
as
why?
well.
Why not, right?
But,
But
they were producing milk and they were fine, so we kept them.
yeah.
But unfortunately, we weren't making a lot of money doing it that way, but we were quite happy doing it that way. But it's not how they all make it that way. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, so
Well, yeah. Hopefully that you can maybe reflect on this conversation. And
I will look into that,
yeah, please do look into this. Yeah,
because I'm horrified by that.
yeah.